But now, yeah, make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey.
Oh, good evening and welcome back to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. We're high above you, 150 miles in the International Fake Station. Got my co-pilot, Johnny Dollar, over here beside me. He's fading in and out with that special space green screen NASA technology. That's what we're doing up here. So he's just floated right out. He's doing an extravehicular activity, or hang on, let me say numbers are nominal for the spacewalk, and as you can see, that's how they do all those things every time. He's nominal. It's nominal. He's scratching his nutsack. He's it's a joke.
I'm going to the restroom. I'm flip back to the restroom.
He's gonna float back. Don't forget to flush.
I won't. I got it.
You know, last time we had shit floating all through this place. It was a mess. It did. It was a weightless feces. Well, we got them piling in here real good here right now. Over here in on the main channel, Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Let's see who we got. So far, I've got B. McAmis. I don't know what the pronunciation. Can you spell that phonetically for me? Barbara the Nail Pusher, Mike Smith, Johnny Dollar been smoking that space weed. He's having a rough time with that. Well, that's what you thought, we were only growing tomatoes up here. Yeah. Now you know what that $68 billion a fucking day is going for, right? Got Plowboy 6656. Username redacted. Probably not a bad idea. Let's see, over on the other side, I don't have anybody watching me on the Sobs Place channel. And let's see where we at on the Rumble. It says I have 5 people watching right now, but that's liable to grow. We're going to get right up into it. We'll let some more people show up here. I wanted to show you all something extremely funny. This was funny as hell. My wife sent me this today on Twitter, and you guys got to check this out. I hope this don't get us in trouble. It shouldn't. It's Twitter, and they're all in the same game. So let's just go ahead and do it. What the fuck? Why not? Well,
it's right vulgar, Dave.
It's not vulgar. It's funny.
Budweiser presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Chick with a lady penis.
Mr. Chick with a lady penis.
You walk the earth with great hair and an enormous penis.
Hung like a horse.
You think by over-exaggerating women's mannerisms that you can pass as a real woman, but no one's buying it.
We can see the balls.
You wear makeup, take tons of estrogen, and wear designer dresses in hopes you can pass the smell test, but we see through it.
Can't hide the Adam's apple.
So crack open an ice-cold Budweiser, Mr. Chick with a dick, and then crack open another for that enormous set of balls.
Coconut's big as church bells.
The Dilly Mean Team, mega for life.
It's a lot up here at
Too
the
many.
space station, guys.
Oh, thank you. Somebody told me that I was muted. Barbara and somebody else's his username redacted, said he'd bang it. Thank you. We got it back. I got this little button here. I forgot to unhit it again. And all right, guys, we can do without having dog fights in the middle of the studio here. All right. They're like having kids, I'll tell you what. God dang it, stop. You're a troublemaker, Moonshadow. Go away. Look, she won't show up because she's black. So she blends right in. You're like a little walking green screen. Yeah, you won't show up. Maybe I'll put some object on you so it looks like there's weightlessness up in here. So anyway, we pride ourselves on our amateurness here. So, but y'all could hear the Real Men of Genius commercial, right? I'm assuming that was good. That was okay. I'm hoping, because that was really quite off color, I thought. But, you know, I thought that is funny. I mean, they're really taking some shit. And I have to wonder, I mean, what do you think? Would they really be that stupid? I mean, but I mean, you got to think about this. Budweiser is like one of the premier beer companies in America, right? And you know, I don't know. You're in there spitballing for ideas around the old idea table, you know, with the rest of the executives, and yeah, somebody throws that one in the mix. I mean, how did you know what we really need to do there, JB, is we need to you know, get that weird guy from TikTok that thinks he's a girl, and you know, sponsor him and have him do our commercials. That's good. We're promoting you. That's a great idea. Everybody drinks around me, you know. And it's like, really? So I have to wonder, was that really a accident, or do you think that it might have been kind of on purpose? Do you think there might be another agenda behind it? You know, because I mean, I can't see a company of that magnitude making such an obvious. I mean, even if you war game that out in your own mind, it's going to be you go, no, I don't think that's really going to go. I don't think that's really going to float. I think it was just more of this pouring gasoline on the divisiveness, you know?
They want publicity. They won't publicize and just get distraction. It could be a distraction.
Well, I think, yeah, definitely it's a distraction,
it's a
because
distraction.
it's like, you look at all the stuff that's come out, and I really do. I have to admire the creativity of some of the people that come out with some of this stuff, you know, because I mean, it's funny. There's a lot of creativity goes into a lot of these,
And it's a distraction. A big
yeah.
distraction.
But also, like you're saying, like publicity. Well, you know, I'm kind of on board with that, because, like, you know, any publicity is publicity, whether it be bad or good publicity.
Right,
It's still
media
putting you in yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. It's media.
But see, I have to wonder, you know, and now they're putting it out that, you know, oh, look at this big, huge blunder and shit. And what I'm seeing in the setup type of things, okay, is they're pushing so far in that one direction where everybody now is a transvestite. You got Victoria's Secret models that are transvestite. You know, I wasn't even aware that there was that many transvestites even in existence to now where it's like the way it looks in the way the media makes it look like it's about at least 30% of the population or more are dressing up in their mom's clothes, you know.
There's a couple things going on now. Did you see that one thing there? It's about where they talking about them
Speak up a little bit.
drag queens.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
Right,
what I'm talking
saying.
about. Yeah.
They putting on shows out here in the big cities in Vegas.
And well, they're putting on shows for children.
Right, that's what I was getting ready to
What
say. Let
the
me
fuck?
finish.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
up to the parents whether you want to let them go or not. And,
well, you got to
and
look.
They got parents taking their kids and not see that shit.
Well, here's the thing about that too, because amongst a lot of that, and especially in that liberal mindset, and I'm going to call it the soccer mom mindset.
I guess
You know,
maybe
the sweater. You know what I'm
you
talking about? The sweater around the waist,
the
and they're
game.
sitting with the
It's-
cover. Right? Okay.
it's the game.
So they're in there that it's trendy. It's trendy to have a trans child.
Yeah.
It brings attention.
Yeah.
You see, oh look, my child's trans, and because
Yeah.
the parents are praising it,
Yeah.
and you know people are giving it attention, of
He's
course
different.
the kid's going to go along with it.
Right, he's different.
Right. But
Very
you got to look at where the benefit for the parents are. It's almost like that Munchausen's by proxy disease, where a woman will intentionally hurt their child so that she can get the attention of the medical establishment.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? They'll do shit like that. I mean, there's
And then you got this one lady
right into that MPD shit we were talking
Yeah,
about
that's right,
earlier.
yeah. And then you got these one ladies like the woman, you know, what was her name? The woman had 6 kids, and you know how much publicity and stuff did she get? And like you said, advertisements coming her way. How many kids?
Well, I mean, I look at what they're doing with this right here is they're pushing. They're and what I was getting into is that there's so much of this push in that direction that it's going to be like a rubber band and snap in a drastic measure the other way. You see where I'm going with that?
No.
To where
Well, I
it's
think it's done snapped. It's just, you know, it ain't hit everybody yet.
well, and part of it too is that I'm looking at what the thing. Now we know that this platform right here, I forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay.
No, but this whole thing right here is almost like they're pushing for it. They really wanting,
Transvestite.
well, they're really wanting people to lash back against it. Now I look at what trends go on, and we know on this platform that they censor the shit out of everybody. You know, got Sean Hawkins is in here. Good to see you, Sean. So they bring this shit right completely. Where they want to censor the shit out of it. But now I'm seeing where you're seeing like Matt Walsh and this other guy, Knowles, and there's other people that their videos are freely out and not being censored, and they're being highly outspoken about the trans agenda.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so what is that for? Why are they not censoring it now? Why are they not censoring it now? Because they want this backlash. This is part of the way that this thing is going. You see, Sean Hawkins must be talking about the Dylan Mulvaney character. He said this guy is completely screwed in the head. Aren't you that stupid motherfucker that's got that stupid thing about the Polaris? Aren't you that same stupid motherfucker? Yeah, and you can't tell me how you know how far away fucking Polaris is in the first goddamn place.
Ain't this a show that day? I mean, like, you know, I think it's just a big show about all.
Oh, it is. It's all planned, man.
Yeah,
Every bit of it.
right.
Every fucking bit of it.
Pre-staged.
Yeah,
It's
every
pre-staged.
bit of it. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about this. See this Sean Hawkins guy?
Yeah.
His name looks familiar.
Okay.
The fact that he's got I don't know if I like his little NASA thing or not.
Where does he say where he's at?
Yeah, I don't
Where's
know.
he at?
right there. This guy.
I know. Where is he at?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't tell me
He
where the
won't- he
people
won't
are at.
tell you where he's
I
at?
don't ask. I don't care.
Uh,
I'm 150 miles above the earth right now.
I know, right?
I'm
I mean,
everywhere.
yeah.
You see, and we're drinking our space coffee that we grew up here
Right.
while we were doing science. We have all kinds of science going on. As you can see, all the science behind us right now in this IT nightmare that was obviously designed by a homeless person. And, you know, smoking some space weed.
I
You
got
know?
two out of the shuttle working right now.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
two astronauts out
We're
right now.
growing hydroponic space weed
Right.
up here.
Spinning it. How many miles an hour? This dollars.
That's this guy, Illuma Tommy. He said, "Hey, I got to support Lauren in a few. Can I come up about the trans thing?" Yeah, sure. I'm going to put this in here for you keep it YouTube sensitive because we're not cut over to the other platform right now. We will. Let me see. What do I got? Oh yeah, stop screen. There we go. I want to go. I'm going to put this link in here for Illuma Tommy. There it is. That's for Illuma Tommy. Go ahead and come on up, buddy. And yeah, if you want to make a comment on that. But I'll tell you what, this is really kind of a strange thing, and it goes along with some of these Mandela effects that we're seeing in the Bible too, that you know, talking about his breasts will be full of milk for nursing, and that's one in Job.
Right.
And it's something about the kings will be their nursing fathers. And it's like, what in the fuck are they talking about? Nursing men,
Right.
you know? And what do we got going on? You know, we even have our Secretary of Transportation out there with a fake booby.
And it's the vice president. They say she was.
Well, yeah, the vice president, definitely. Michael, how you doing, Illuma Tommy?
Not bad. How are you doing?
Not bad. So what's going
yeah,
on, bro?
And first off, let me open. I'll keep it YouTube sensitive, but I could go on and on about this subject in any direction because a lot of people, I never made a big deal about, it might be more than 10 years ago now, just to make ends meet. I was bouncing at Club Q in Colorado Springs. And like, you know, less than a year ago, somebody shot it up. And it was surreal for me to wake up to like this next mass bang bang was at that one gay club in a conservative that like Colorado Springs is the most conservative city in Colorado. It's like the last remaining redness, if there's going to be any, to the fast purpling we went through. But it was surreal to wake up and wonder if any of the people I knew or made friends with were dead at that point, you know? But what I wanted to come up and talk about was this interaction I had yesterday on OTW's channel, where for most of the time, they got me posted up being braided like a how can I say this for YouTube, a homo small hat. And I'm not even small hat, but that boy guy just got it started like, are you a small hat? Are you a homo? Because you're being a homo small hat. But as soon as I was like gone, there was a trans woman on the panel that they all just collaborated in respectful questioning, as opposed to the hours of homo small hat they had braided me as. And she saw all of that and then just sat there and shot the shit as, you know, just trans woman, just hanging out, you know. And it's all so crazy, man. Like ever since the Civil War we were both in here in these streets, like everything's so inverted, even compared to how YouTube is naturally inverted. Everything's effed up these days. I kind of like the chaos. I like the which way is up to it. But you gotta, at some point, we have to recalibrate. And I say that as all these channels we're both aware of. We have to recalibrate at some point, or it's all as messed up as how there's a duo team now between Talcott and the Unslaved. And it's the weirdest team up yet. The weirdest anime crossover, as Christos would say.
Yeah, I really haven't paid any attention to any of that drama, that crap. I have no interest in it whatsoever, really.
And it's like
I'm doing my
politics,
thing,
though.
you know. Well,
Like we don't want to politics, but politics will still us, you know?
yeah, it's like, look,
If you let it.
yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. You have to understand that the art of politics is the deception and manipulation of people's minds.
Yeah.
You see, the clever art.
But then that is going to affect the job of those armed badges we're all always keeping an eye on, you know? The politics rolls downhill to what their policy is to shake us down or not.
Well, it's absolutely provable. And I showed, I believe it was last night or night before, that we are absolutely deemed as the enemy by our government. Okay. We are occupied by a foreign government. We are actually under military occupation, and people don't really understand that. They don't realize that, but it's becoming more and more evident every day.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I know you're going to get me going all night if we go politics and government. And I do have to support this woman who went on a racist panel and let me berate her with C-bombs. That's why we're still friends. Great story too.
Are you talking about Laura De La Gula?
Yes, man. Everybody thinks we're opposed because our thing went a little south, but it's never over. There's never a roll credits, because my whole problem with that channel I'm always fighting is because there's no way one of us breaks the other's nose and just drops it. It's like he's asking for this ongoing saga. So it's the same way with me and Lauren. I will be back on that show because, if anything, because they said, hey, you're one of the few interviews that got over 1,000 views. We'd love to have you back. I'm like, I'd love to come back because I'm messed up in this game as like a professional viewer. Like, I've yet to post a video. I talked to you that I'm considering it, but it's like everything you see me in all these streets, it's like I'm just a viewer that participated. And look, it's just crazy to me. It's funny, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna go give her some live support. But I think the thing I'm saying about the trans thing is, like, we're told all these groups need protected and they're in danger. But it's like, I've seen a trans woman in California just take a two-handed axe to a dude's head in a 7-Eleven because she's in such danger, you know? She's just prowling around like Michael Myers, walking around with So was the hypocrisy with that Canada show? It's like, sure, even I've berated people with the Bundle of Sticks name, and I even mess with Lauren about her small hat status because I don't really have any hate toward them. But to be that way and then just flip around and be like, oh, much revered trans woman, this is the place we are being watched now for your treatment. It's like, does she think she's being authentically treated? Do they think they're being authentic? It's all a big mind fuck for me.
Well, it's, I don't want to be a Dr. Phil show. That's not my goal here.
Do you want to be a Steve Wilkos show?
No, I actually, what I do here is we talk about the shit that most people won't talk about. We hold,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
I mean, it's like, and somebody was already in my other channel in the chat there flipping ass, and because of the fact that of my view of the cosmology of the world, that I do not believe in the scientifically impossible globe model, and that really triggers some people. And there's people, we talk about that, and I show how it is scientifically impossible to live on a ball of water hurtling through a void at ridiculous fucking speeds.
Yeah.
So just remember, in the future, I am your man to show people that we can be cool social friends, and I will stand against you on that tooth and nail in like a
Well,
civil.
I'll tell you what, if you could just give me one proof of a globe, that would be phenomenal. But so far there isn't. And two of the most fundamental things that have to be overcome.
Well, hold on, don't get into it. Save it for that day.
Into it. This is right here. The two
I know, but
fundamental things.
I
is
gotta
that-
wrap up. I gotta wrap up my visit. You can keep your show going.
right.
I'm thinking I need to experiment with a thing I'm seeing right now. You got like your green screen effect, but your
Mhm.
friend that's dressed like the same color as the space station stuff, he's like in and out like he's a specter. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
there's something there that we could utilize if we can, like the way Tom Morello found out how to control his guitar feedback to play it like an instrument. There's something there. We can play with that
Oh,
to
dude,
control
there's
that. That'd be a
cool
cool
shit.
visual thing.
Listen, I've seen some cool shit that they do where they'll have the green screen background. Now, right now, I don't have a screen up. I took it down to accommodate room for Johnny Dollar over here. So usually I have this thing that hooks to my chair. It's a big round green screen and it eliminates a lot of that. But anyway, what they were doing on this was they were making it look like they were in space, right? And they were just sitting on the whole background, the seat and everything was green. So it didn't show up, only background showed up, right? And then they had somebody dressed in a complete body stocking, face and everything, like a complete green body stocking, holding objects and shit and moving them around and stuff around his head and shit. And it looked like you could see it where they weren't using green screen. They had it filmed and then with the green screen, and it looked just like the dude was floating with shit coming around his head and flying around in the air because you didn't see the guy either. So it was
And I'll try and find the clip before I come back. I think it was like some other channel clipping Joe Rogan watching it, but there's a squid type at the bottom of the ocean that it looks like a screensaver is streaming across the squid. It was incredible. Like even Joe Rogan's like losing his stuff over it. Because I've seen chameleons change. You've seen all the like ways creatures have adapted to camouflage. But this was like a moving computer screensaver on this squid's skin. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, the cuttlefish. Those things are a trip, man. Yeah, Nautilus. The Nautilus. Those
all right,
are
man.
really-
I'll save some of those sensitive subjects for when I catch you on Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be back. We'll do that globe thing or whatever.
But it is interesting that you did bring up chameleons and Joe Rogan in the same sentence, because on that same note, and to close it out, that is the only flat earther I've ever seen in my entire life that ever went back and pretended that he believed the globe. Because I guarantee
that's
you,
how globe started. We started flat earthers and then figured out globe.
Well, that's what I know. They tell us, they say, oh, they've known for thousands of years it's a globe. I'm like, no, they didn't. If that were the case, why is it that the first globe didn't appear until 1492? You mean like when somebody wrapped an AE map around a ball? See,
No, it was when that Catholic priest just did the stargazer geometry.
the big
Like somebody in your chat had said, oh well, they refuse to believe what they can see what they can't see with their own eyes. But the first globy, it was just his naked eyes geometrying the stars and the moon with the positioning of him, and that's where you can be globe with no outside equipment. But that's for that time. I'll be back for it. I'll catch you later.
Here's what I think. If you really want to see it, this is what I think it is. You see that? The Big Bang Theory. Okay. The Big Bang Theory of the creation of the universe. I believe that's where we're really at. Let me see what we got. Here's Brian Staley. Oh yeah, he did a total 180 on that. He pretended he believed in the globe and started talking about it again and saying how flat Earth was wrong. And he also got this big multi-million-dollar podcast contract with Spotify and all this other shit too. Come on, man. That's the only person in history ever that I've ever seen that turned around and says, yeah, no, the globe absolutely makes sense to me. Because the thing is, once that's pulled out from in front of you, once you've seen through it and you see the deception, you're like, no, there ain't no fucking way I could go back to thinking that. It's just, it's fucking hilarious is what it is. It's completely hilarious. Let's see who we got. Some new people in here. Let me go ahead and say some shout outs here. Let's see. JM Unleashed is here. Unindoctrinated is here. And Wake Up America and Resist. Good to see you all. Brian Stavely's here. I'm not sure where is he from tonight. Let's see. I've got Afki. That's all I'm going to call it. Afki. What's this say? Yes, since 1771. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't get over here. Ganja, yeah, man. So you got, where is Brian? Brian is in, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. He's over in this one. I didn't see it. I can't. I'm high. Fuck it. Whatever. We're having 150 miles up above, 150 miles. But yeah, that whole Joe Rogan thing. And there again, with a certain segment of people that like to wear little tiny hats have the control on that one. There's the money. See, I know the fact cannabis is not only in the Bible, it's Jehovah's miracle plant, but I'm taking hemp more than Popeye's spinach. I'm talking hemp more than Popeye's spinach. Well, yeah, absolutely. In fact, that's what they were trying to tell you when in Popeye was that whole eating that spinach was smoking a bowl. See, which reminds me, where is my bowl?
Dave, temperature's dropping up here. It's out here in the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, yeah, we had to turn the heat down. We're over on the dark side of the earth right now. We're over on the dark side of the earth, so our 93 million mile away sun is actually yeah, it's way back there. It's empty. It's over, man. The shit's done. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to pin a link up into the fucking thing here, because we're just getting crazy here tonight. Okay, that's what we're doing. Hold on a second now. I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna put it in here so it'll show up over in the other side, but I can only pin it on the Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind area. So this will go up from both channels, but then over here I can pin it up in the thing. Look at that. Look at that. There's Articuno made it too. We got Renee Bernays is here. Natasha Jones made it. What do we got so far? 26 over on the Sovereign Soul side. We got over 7. We got 7 over here in Sav's place. And we've got 9 watching us on Rumble. So we're doing pretty good here tonight. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Push button 62 is over in Sav's place as well. So, boy, we're getting them going. This is the way to do it right here. So what we'll do here, and I don't know if any of you are subscribed over to my Rumble channel, but we're going to be cutting to go over there here in a little bit so we don't have to censor ourselves. I saw some people in comments over on Brian Stavely had put a thing up about the Rumble channels on the on a short YouTube video. And he had those of us that have a Rumble channel put the link in the description. Now, I saw some people comment that said that they couldn't afford to have Rumble. And I want to let you know, Rumble is free. You don't have to pay for Rumble. It's free platform, just like YouTube is. You can set yourself up a name and an account over there. You can watch without signing up. Of course, if you want to comment or like or subscribe or anything like that, then you have to set yourself up an account. But I'll put a link over to the live stream right now over there, and you can go ahead and give a subscribe to it. If you don't already have a sign up over there, please go ahead and go do it. It's really quite refreshing. Some of the things that we say on here, we have to use euphemisms when we talk about various medical procedures and things like that. We're not allowed to discuss that unless we toe the line of the status quo. And if anybody of you out there know me by now, that I don't toe the line of the status quo ever whatsoever. So we really had a great discussion last night. And what I found rather interesting is that I got well over 800 views on the video. Who says that? Oh my God, who is that? Who is that? Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is. It's my cousin. It's my cousin's husband. He said, hang on a second. He's watching. He must be watching. He said, "Hey, let's not forget who's the proven alien weed grower around these parts." Yeah, no shit, right? He does a good job. He's got a picture of his trophy.
From High Times.
Let me see. Can I share that over here on this? I might be able to.
I like to see that.
No, it's a little glass loving cup type thing.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to figure out how to pull that up. It's pretty cool. Thanks a lot, BJ. Trip right on. So anyway, that's the link. I'm going to put it in one more time. And if you go down into the description, you should be able to, if you're on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, they are clickable links, but because how new my Sov's Place channel is, they're not clickable links, but you can copy and paste them into the thing. But there's several ways to get on over to my Rumble page and to my backup channel. Make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe to that so that you can, because we're going to be making a migration. We're going to be making a big migration away from this platform right here. It's unfortunate. There was a time when YouTube used to be really cool. You could pull up just about any subject you wanted to see a video on. And of course, you would see the discourse between two opposing opinions in the chat or in the comments. And that was that. And then a bunch of blue-haired communists took over. And now they're in the basement screaming and retching and squealing like little fucking stuck pigs anytime somebody says something that doesn't go along with their communist propaganda. So that's where we're at. And unfortunately for that, we have to go over there because there's material that we showed last night on Rumble that there's no way in hell they would have deleted me off of this platform forever. But it's not that bad. It's not really bad at all. It shows an opposing opinion to a popular idea that is only popular because of how hard it's been pushed into the psyche and into the minds of everyone. There's Quantum Epic. How are you doing tonight? And we got Carrie Skates is in here now. Happening good, people. Yes, it is. Talk to Brian about how he does his Patreon link through YouTube. I'm tech challenged, so have no clue how he does it. Yeah, I'm not sure how it does that. I'm not familiar with what to do with Patreon. I thought I was cutting a big hog in the ass when I got Cash App, which reminds me, I'm gonna put this banner up. This has a lot of good information on it. There. See, I need a producer. Somebody, and I'm drug testing too, because this fucking producer I got now is always smoking weed, man. Constantly. You know? I mean, it's like can't hardly get him to do shit.
Around shit. It's hard to hang on.
That's a science. We're up here doing science, y'all. Don't y'all forget.
We experiment every day.
We're experimenting with that. So, you know, wait. There we go. That works. Blast off. Not today, Satan. It's not happening. So anyway, I just saw somebody highlighted their comment. They went and looked after we showed last night the winky emoji in Ephesians. So they went and they checked their Bible, the same verse, and it's changed in theirs too. They were like, it was not like that before. No, there's no way. That wouldn't even make it through. Well, these days it might. But, you know, I mean, even a high school newspaper editor would have caught that grammatical error. I mean, come on. So are you and Tommy having an FE debate tonight? You know, it's hard to say what's going on with Tommy. Now he's going on Laura De Laguna's channel and said he'd try to come on afterwards. Now he was supposed to come on last night, but he ended up running into some guy at a soup kitchen or some shit. I forget what he said. But anyways, and getting into a long discussion and he never made it. So I'm not going to count on it completely, but he's always welcome to come on and do that if he'd like to. If there's anybody in the audience that wants to come on and talk about that, I'd be greatly appreciative of it. I noticed I saw Sean Hawkins, who was over here mouthing his face off in my Sav's place chat, and I welcome him to come up. The link is there. It's still available there in the chat. It's available pinned at the top. So Sean, if you're watching, I would love, what the fuck happened there? I would love to have you come on up. I would like to, because I know you have a Polaris challenge, but I have some questions about the challenge because you're using some we might be gone off Rumble. Hold on a second.
Wow.
Wait a second. Yep. The Rumble feed got dropped. Well, that sucks. Let me see if I can do it again. Shit. There's Quantum Epic is here. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing really well. Let's see.
Good.
I'm trying to figure out if I can reset Rumble again. I doubt it. So we're not going to be able to talk about the things that I was going to do. Anyways, we're still here on YouTube. So let's try to we'll stay within the parameters of their guidelines.
I know all about that. I won't bring up any of that. I was just mainly calling in to say hello. That was, kind of it.
Well, good to hear from you. Good to hear you. Have you come in? What kind of strangeness have you noticed in your reality recently?
Oh my gosh. Well, there's so much. I mean, like I said, that which we can't talk about, but it's just all, they're messing with our heads. It's just constant mind effery. So, yeah.
Rumble is live, he says.
Exactly.
Hold on, let's see. I don't see it. Hang on, I'm going to have to refresh. Let me see. Oh, I guess, wait, maybe. Is it going? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, good. Wow. For some reason, both my monitors blinked out and came back on. And when it came back on, it told me Rumble had died. But apparently, oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. I know what I can do. Hold on. Wait. I know what I can do. Okay. It should be back. Let me see. Is it? Because I went ahead and killed the little thing up at the top. It says it is. Yeah, I believe we're good. Yeah, because I got my hand up in the air. Yeah. All right, we're back. Good. Woo!
Woo!
I fixed it. At least
You got a producer there with you. Is that the deal? You got someone else, it looks like?
Oh, no, this is just Johnny Dollar. He's useless as tits on a boar hog, but he's a good friend of mine.
But I see him, so you got someone hanging out with you.
Yeah, I've known Johnny probably about 20 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
First met him, I was working on a construction crew, a bunch of local guys. We drive up to the Northern Virginia area real early in the morning, all together in a van, and then get out, work all day, and then ride back together. So, we all spent a lot of time together, got to know each other. Me and this guy, we was always looking for a place to sneak off and get high in the middle of the day.
Oh boy, troublemakers, huh? No, I'm kidding.
That's actually what kept us out of trouble, I think,
Right. Actually, right. It probably did, huh?
Oh, yeah. And it's like, and nobody really gives a shit. They knew. They'd rather having a couple guys smoking a joint or two rather than people drinking on the job and shit like that. We'd had a few of those. Remember Purdy? Oh, my God. We had this one guy on our crew. This guy, oh, shit. By noon, he'd start getting the shakes so bad he could cut a piece of plywood without ever hitting the trigger on that skill saw.
Oh my gosh!
So we'd head out to get lunch, stop at the store someplace, and he'd get himself a 40 ouncer. Then he was right as rain till the ride home. Then we'd have to stop about halfway, wouldn't we?
Yikes! That's someone who is definitely an alcoholic, huh? Holy cow!
Well, he's dead now.
Oh no! Well, the thing is, if you were like getting to work on time and you were working, well, I mean, I can't say much. I mean, if you weren't doing a good job, that'd be one thing, you know? So
He was yeah, I would say he was a functional alcoholic. He'd come up. I used to live in this house, another part of town. I live in the house that used to be my parents' house. Now they're both dead. And my wife and I were living up on Baltimore Hill Road. And we had this huge snowstorm. And I look, and this guy's got a little Mustang GT. So my son comes in the house. He was outside. The kids were home from school because of the snow. He comes in. He says, "Dad, Purdy's stuck across the road in his car." And I was like, what in the fuck is he doing out driving anyway? Right? So I go over there, and he's got this thing halfway in a ditch across the road from me. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm pretty good at getting a car unstuck from snow. I grew up in Michigan. So I says,
me
all
too.
right.
Well, me too. Oh my gosh, I live in Michigan now. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Waterford.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah.
I'm from Brighton Howell area.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where you're
Wow,
from.
that's crazy. What a synchronicity. Wow.
Right?
Okay, go on.
So anyway, I go to get in his car. I'm going to help him pull this thing out. I go to get in his car, and the door's locked.
Oh shit, what?
The motor's running. The wipers are going.
What?
And the doors are locked, right?
Oh
And
my
I look over on the seat, and there's a 6-pack of beer sitting on the passenger seat with one already open. And I'm like, so we don't want any police involvement here at all.
No.
So I said, let's see if we can't get your door open. So we got able to pry the door a little bit, just a little bit. My son, he's really skinny, and he went to put his arm, and he got in there, and he's just about that far from the lock, And he says, just take it a little bit more. And we took it just a little bit more, and that little window and that little spider window in the back just went busted out. I was like, well, now we can get it in. So we got in it. I got it out. I got him in it. And I says, now pull in there where my wife's car was sitting. There's no snow. I says, pull in there and back out. Get your ass home. Your mom's probably pissed off as hell that you're out riding around in this crap anyways, and you shouldn't be driving and drinking anyways, right?
Right.
So he gets in the car, and he misses the spot where my wife's car was parked by like 2 car lengths, right into the deep ass snow. I said, just shut it off and come in the house. You're staying here.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, that's how this guy was, man. He was always fucked up. His complexion was green. Yeah,
Green? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I mean, I know a few people, like I said, I know a few people, like my roommate, one of his brothers is a complete, I mean, he's functional, but he's an alcoholic, and I'm sure there's tons of stories with that, but I don't know them. But I've definitely been around drinkers, so.
Well, I was a drinker, an alcoholic, full-blown alcoholic for many, many years. I've got a total of 6 DUIs under my belt.
Holy, I mean, oh my God, 6 DUIs. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, 4 in Michigan.
Oh my gosh.
And
How
then
now
2
sorry to interrupt, but now you can't even, don't you get like 10, you get all kinds of in trouble now getting DUIs. So that must have been a long time ago.
Well, yeah, it's been quite a while. In fact, I've been sober now for 12 years.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
good for you.
Yeah, and it's like there's not a mark on my license. There's not I'm clean as shit, as far as any of that's concerned.
Yeah.
All right, Naughty Hippo says good old Purdy. He remembers him too, yeah. Naughty Hippo in the 88 in the chat. That's my wife. And don't fuck around, everybody, because she has super moderator powers.
There you go. Well, she should. There's a lot of freaking trolls out there and a lot of other type of people out there that you know all about, which I'm happy for. I mean, I'm just really glad to hear you call out that bullshit. It's like, I'm glad that a few people see it at least and are passionate about telling those people, I see you,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was honestly one thing that I was like, big respect for you. Like that was instantly one thing where I'm like, oh, I like this guy. He can see. So, yeah. There's few that can. There's sadly few that can, and they fall into this almost like cult, like a type of group.
Well, it comes from, and it's unfortunately not so much their fault. They've been trained that way
Right.
to always be looking for an appeal to an authority.
Yeah.
And so they'll even when they discount traditional authorities, like mainstream news or whatever else like that, it's easy enough to gravitate toward another. And you got to be careful because it ends up being like a cult of personality type thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I just can't believe what I'm seeing the last few weeks. Like I said, I've been, researching the whole truth type of, I've been in the community for quite a while learning, but this last few weeks I've kind of 3 weeks now, I've come over to this little corner like Chalk Body Outline, and then he's mentioned channels and I've checked them out, and I just can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm like, wow, there are some real scumbags over here. There's some good ones, but there's a few bad ones.
Yeah, it's just like I take people as they come. There's this guy with, I don't know, I was over on Ironton Auditor. He's a friend of mine, and I was over on his chat earlier, and watching him, and he riding around Ironton, pretty cool. Everybody cutting up.
I'll have to look him up.
And I'll put his link in here in just a minute. But he was or Naughty Hippo. Why don't you put Ironton Auditor's link in the description if you can? She says she's just using the user wrench. Oh my god. So anyway, I was in there, and Terry, that's his name, he says, "Oh, Sovereign, you're going live tonight?" He says, "Why don't you put a link to each one of your channels in the chat?" So I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." So I put him in there, and this asshole goes, "Oh, way to be self-promoting yourself, desperate, put it in there 3 times." And I said, I didn't put it in there 3 times. I put in 3 different web addresses. Dude.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? You gotta do, why you gotta be an asshole?
Right. Well, the sad thing is, all I know is I don't know how you guys with your panels. I'm learning that. Sorry that I'm mumbling, but it just seems like there's a lot of, and how do you even know if it's a person or a bot harassing you? I don't know.
Did you see what I showed about that?
No, actually I didn't.
Night? Okay, so like on Facebook for over the years,
Right.
I have argued with several globe trolls in the Flat Earth community.
Right.
And eventually they become so obnoxious that I end up having to block them. It's not because they come up with any kind of factual thing. It's that very quickly they revert to your mom eats poop. It's like, what the fuck,
Right. See, I think that's a bot, dude. I don't know.
Right.
Man.
So, well, I just happened to go and look at my block list. I'm never looking at it. So I pulled it up the other day. I looked at it, and these people's names have reverted back to whatever program they were, because it's a whole list of fact checker, Charlie, fact check.
Yeah.
And then these other ones, spy bot. And I'm like, are you shitting me?
Right.
Out of all the people on this block list, there was only like 5% or less were actual real people.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, oh, like some people get really offended at like the different stuff in chat. And I'm like, dude, I think a lot of them, but you know, the few real ones. Cause like I said, they come up on panel but yet there's that all they have sock accounts. So I don't know how you know. I don't know.
Yep. That's exactly, it's like over here on the Sob's Place channel. I had a guy. I've got a few more people over there. Bernays is over there, New Hampshire guy. Hello, and Push Button 62. But this guy, I've seen him before, way back when I first started back up on YouTube. This guy named Sean Hawkins, and he's got like a NASA symbol that says shill. That's his little avatar.
Oh boy.
And this guy, I challenge you. I said, I'll debate you anytime. He says, "Oh, to prove that you're worthy of debating me, you have to do my Polaris challenge. And he's got some kind of fucking thing of why can't you see Polaris when you go past the equator? And I'm like,
Oh
well,
God.
yeah, it's a real simple answer to that, because it's not 411 fucking light years away. It's like right there.
Right.
Okay. The reason you don't see stars from different parts of the earth is the same reason. If you could imagine, like, you were in a warehouse that was 10 miles square with a ceiling that's only 10 feet. Okay, so we're standing under these lights, and I can say, hey, Quantum Epic, check that out up there. See these lights right up above us? You see the one that's shaped like a bear? See how they make a shape of a bear? And you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And so then I send you 5 miles toward the edge of the fucking warehouse, right? And I say, now look up at the lights. Do you see that? No, you're not going to see it. And even if you look in the direction you just came from, you're not going to see it, because it's going to meld into the horizon.
Right.
Because it's too low. The stars are not burning balls of gas billions of miles away, light years away, or any of that other nonsense, as if light could travel such a phenomenal distance, if such a phenomenal distance even existed.
Yeah.
You know?
We don't know the truth about any of, like I said, all that stuff is so, like, I don't know. Again, it's just like, that shit is a whole other subject.
Well, it's like, it's scientifically impossible.
Right.
It really is.
I agree with that.
The whole thing about, everything blew up out of nothing. Okay. And all these particles of this explosion, instead of radiating further and further away from one another, like the particles of every other explosion in history from the epicenter, they somehow decided that the dust was going to gather together into balls of dirt, and other gases were going to totally defy the laws of thermodynamics. And instead of equalize with the void that they're in, they decided to gather together and become nuclear fusion fireballs for some reason that burn forever and ever.
Right.
What?
Exactly. What? Yeah, I'm not with all that. Like I said, I like to go deep, but not on that type of angle. I mean, I think that, like I said, honestly, I'm more of the belief we're in some kind of simulation thing, So I don't, all the space stuff, I'm not with it. So
yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's what it uses overwhelming ideas.
Yes.
You see, that's how they scape it through, but it's based so much off of assumptions.
Yeah.
To get these distances that they give us to these places that they call that aren't places, they say Mars is this far away. Well, how the fuck do you know that? Right? You have to start with to judge the size and distance of any of these lights in the sky, including the sun. You have to have at least one known value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Without that, you don't know if the sun is a large object far away or a small object close up.
Yeah, that just goes into the whole thing about how, everyone thinks they hear something, or they hear something from a certain person, authority, teacher, what have you, supposed, and they are like, okay, I believe that. And then they just run with it. It's a huge problem. I mean, it just, it's mind blowing. So.
Hang on here. This thing is giving me I got a little exclamation point on Rumble, but it appears that I'm still streaming just fine over there. Or am I?
You never know.
It looks like we are. I don't know. They were having trouble over at Rumble the other day too. What is this? Got the links set up when ready. AI algorithms. I don't understand. Digress, please. Please
You're
digress.
funny. Well, I am actually, like I said, I was on my way home and my battery's getting low. But like I said, I wanted to call for a few minutes, and I'm glad I got a chance to chat for a few.
Absolutely. Well, welcome, and thank you for coming up. It's always good to talk to people, and especially, is this your first time up?
Yeah, it's the first time. Yep, calling into your show. Yep.
Okay, not your first time on a panel or
Oh
anything.
no.
Okay.
I've been on a few other ones. I'm more like into the observing for sure. But like I said, I kind of came across. I've heard you talk a few times, and I'm like, yep, this guy's with it. So I was looking forward to saying hi.
Oh, thanks. The reason I ask is because we broke we broke FE Nation's cherry last night. He came on, and it was the first time he'd ever been on any panel or anything.
No, I can't even remember now who the first. I've been on a few panels, and I can't even remember the first right now. Be back again for sure.
Absolutely, anytime. Are you subscribed over on? Have you been over to Rumble? Have you checked that out?
I'm on Rumble and I haven't subscribed to you yet, but I'll go over there. Once I get off here, I can get back on my YouTube, get back in the panel and see the links, hopefully, that you've posted.
Yeah, cool. They should be right in the description of you're on the main channel, right? You're on the
I believe so.
Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that way it should be right down there in the description of the video. The Rumble link should be there. So hopefully we'll see you over there here in a little bit because I'm getting ready to. I'm going to be cutting the YouTube stream here. In
I heard you say that
half hour maybe or less, and then we're going to go over there and start talking about some real shit.
Okay. Either way, I will talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Quantum Epic.
Have a good night, Sav.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you go. There's another one. Quantum Epic. That's a good channel. She seems like a good person. Does she have a channel? I don't know. I forgot to ask her. I should have her put the link to it in the description or in the chat if she does. So yeah, it looks like our Rumble side. See, we got a green check mark again. I think they're just fucking with us, man.
Checking us in.
They're just fucking with us hard. That's all they do.
Why is it, Dave?
Well, because they're jealous of us, Johnny. We're up here floating around. How many what?
How many viewers we got?
Well, let's see. I've got 15. It's showing me 15 on the Rumble side.
Can anybody get on there and come on live like that with you?
See, I've got
more people that more than one can get on there too, right?
Yeah, I can have a bunch of people. In fact, somebody in the chat.
Do you got to invite them in, or?
Well, see, no, I've got it pinned up in the top of the chat. All I got to do is click that link. They'll show up down here in the bottom backstage.
Right.
I can click on them, and they'll come right up here on the screen, and they're in the show. It's that simple. Rumble just crashed again, she says.
Why?
Wait a second. No, it's going. I'm showing a green check mark up here. I was having some craziness going on with their leftists don't like Rumble. Well, that's not absolutely 100% true. They've got people on both sides of the spectrum over there. There are a lot of the lefties are not wanting people to go over and look at Rumble and saying that it is all right wing because they won't censor right wing speech. And that's one of the reasons they don't want anybody going over there. I heard a guy today was talking about that. This guy is, he was showing a video. The Black Conservative is the name of the channel. And he was showing this guy that's just a real race baiter who was talking about that they're not inclusive of black people and shit over on Rumble. And it's bullshit because Rumble just signed an exclusive deal with this fucking black dude who's a DJ who puts out, and he's going to be exclusively on Rumble now. And he's going to get making bank. Yeah. So, what is this guy talking about? It's even like, I don't know if anybody caught that interview with Elon Musk. Let me see where he was talking to this guy from Twitter.
Elon Musk?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. This was insane.
That shit.
Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, Elon. Is this the one? The interview? Here it is. Let's see. I think this is. Let me let the commercial go by first. This was, because the guy says, he says my, he says, I've noticed, he's talking about since Elon took over Twitter, And the guy says, "Oh, I've noticed more hateful feed on my Twitter since you took over." And he says, "Well, give me an example." He says, "Well, it's just, there's a lot of different hate." He says, "Well, just give me an example." He says, "Well, I don't use my Twitter much anymore." It's like, well, if you don't use your Twitter very much anymore, then how in the hell are you seeing fucking hateful shit on your feed? It's just, you're just doing talking points. That's all these people do is talking points. I got it right here. There he is. Is this the one? No, this isn't the one. Never mind. Hold on. Let me find the right one. God damn it. This is just here recently. Is this the one? Let me take a look. All right, we're going to get the circle of despair. Yeah, I think this is it right here. Well, as soon as I get rid of the circle of despair, seems like we're getting fucked with here tonight really hard.
Why is that, Dave?
I don't know. Probably because the internet's a bunch of assholes.
Running too many strings, man.
No. Listen, I got a super fucking computer right here. All right. God damn it. Look at this.
Twitter has been extremely high. This hasn't been some sort of party. So it's been really quite a stressful situation, for the last several months. Not an easy one. But apart from the pain, I mean, so it's been quite painful, but I think unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. And if at the point at which you lose free speech, it
There we go.
doesn't come back.
I think the issue some people
We are
will have is
issues.
that a lot of people were brought back. I mean, some people were brought back who were previously banned for spreading things like QAnon conspiracies. You have people like Andrew Tate who were brought back.
All right, I got
Previously,
a solution to this shit. You guys ready for this? I got a solution to their shenanigans. Watch this dumb shit. We'll play it at our own time.
Here it is, Shenanigans Irish Pub.
What the fuck?
The goddamn things are listening to you all the time,
They
man.
are, ain't they? The motherfuckers
The thing
are
is,
like-
now it's going to look up Shenanigans Irish Pub for us. We're going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to pull this up. And we're going to watch it like this.
Free speech is meaningless unless
All right,
you
let me
allow
pause
people-
it. Let me move it over here to this side. Close this down. There we go. See, it's because of these fucking space tomatoes that we're growing.
I know, right?
It is. It's just wrong, you know. All right, so there it goes. Watch here. Ha, dickheads.
You don't like to say things Do you agree that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
Right.
In its, whatever it is, 100-year history, I'm quite sure.
Yes. Even if you aspire to.
Are you guys hearing? You're not hearing this clip this time? God damn it. I don't understand why that won't share through. Fucking YouTube.
Blocked it out.
I'll tell you what, they really do. They piss me off. Anyway, it was funny as shit. The old guy, he goes, he says, oh, I'm seeing a lot of hateful shit coming across my feed. And he goes, oh, well, can you be more specific? And he goes, well, there's just, hateful stuff and hate speech and this, that, and the other. And no, you finally were. Oh my God. See, this is the delay thing that I got to get. So I'm going to bring this back up again. Wait, that's not the right one. Shit. What did I do with it? Oh, I killed it. Hold on a second. We'll just do this.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people.
There. Here we go. I'm going to stop screen. Present it this way. I'm going to go here. You guys should be able to hear this.
You don't like to say
I'm
things.
cutting out,
you
Dave.
don't like.
All right, bro.
Otherwise, it's
I'm
irrelevant.
tired, man.
In the company.
What hate speech are you talking about? I mean, you use Twitter.
Right.
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
But just a personal anecdote, like what do you do? I don't.
You guys aren't hearing anything at all?
I would see, I get
Oh,
more
well.
of that kind of content, yeah, personally. But I'm not going to talk to.
I don't know. Anyways, that's what it did. So if you guys see, people keep telling me audio is good now, and then it's not good. I don't know what the hell's going on. So things are glitching. I don't understand what's going on. Looks like everything's green lighted. But anyway, we're going to be killing it here in a second and going over to the other because we've been about an hour and 15 minutes so far. I'm going to, like I said, the link for the Rumble side is in the description down here in the bottom. If anybody wants to come on, hit that link that's pinned up there so you can come on and tell us more about what you want to talk about. We missed most of it, then it came back near the end. Audio came back. See, I don't understand what the hell is going on, really. It's probably one of those things forcing me to do a restart of my computer and a update that's probably going to fuck my system up. That's usually the way those things work. So that you end up, after so many updates fucking up your system, you end up having to get a new one or something. The audio started about 5 seconds before you stop the video. I'm not going to go through it again. Fuck, I don't understand what the hell's going on. We'll see when we cut it down. That's crazy shit. I don't understand. It's the gremlins are trying to fuck with us hard. They're really trying to. I wonder what happened to that Sean Hawkins guy. He never wants to talk about how he knows that the distance of fucking Polaris. And that's his big challenge for you to be worthy to be able to debate him about flat earth is if you solve his stupid little puzzle. Well, you have to delineate the values first there, chief. So I am the one who will deem if you're worthy of debating me. Okay, that's going to be up to me, not you. Okay, you may not be worthy of my attention whatsoever. That's a very distinct possibility in this world today. Wow, why is that going? Why do I have that open in two places? That's another good question. All right. So I go over here and I'm back with there. I don't know. So much. I have too much shit going on. So anyway, who else do we have coming in here? What is that? QAQSS, KAQSS, flipping channels. Cool. That's fun to do. Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go. I've done that before. I get the shit going on my TV and I turn my stereo on at the same time. Listen, that's pretty cool. So anyway, what do you all think about the 18,000 fucking cows blowing up down in, was it Texas? They blew up 18,000 fucking cows, man. Anybody? Anything? Hello? Out there? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, that's the way I look at it is I think that if we're going to have that debate, Sean, you need to take my challenge and explain to me how you know the distance to Polaris for your challenge. And then I'll decide in my infinite wisdom and greatness whether or not you are worthy to debate me. I don't think you are. You'd be like, you're out of your league. Okay. Just saying, just so you know, you're out of your league. All right. Well, it's getting close. I don't know if Aluma Tommy is going to make it. I don't know if anybody else is going to come up on the panel at all. So I'm just waiting to see if somebody does. If nobody does, I'll just go ahead and cut the stream. It looks like everybody's got something better to do tonight. Yeah, I heard about the cows that hard to imagine. 18. Can you imagine what that would be like? I mean, did that smell like steak? I just wonder, you know, I mean, it's 18,000. Yeah, 18,000 fucking cows. I mean, who's got to clean that shit up too, man? Think about that. They want rid of the farting cows. Well, Ed got rid of them all in one big, huge fart, Malcolm. I believe that. Let's see if we can find something on that. Let me go in here. And what do I want? I don't need Twitter open no more. What do I want? See if we can find some kind of video on that. See if we just go 18,000. Well, 18,000 cows killed. Look at that first thing. So here's a news report that was from, let's see. It's not very long. I wonder if we'll let it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to definitely try it. We'll share the screen here and see if it allows us. Let me know if y'all hear this.
Story that we first told you about yesterday, that explosion at a dairy
It's really
farm in West Texas has left at least 18,000 cattle dead. The explosion at the South Fork Dairy Farm in Dimmitt was reported on Monday night. A woman was trapped inside the dairy building at the time. Now she's in the hospital tonight in critical condition. All other employees were not injured. The local sheriff says an overheated piece of equipment combined with methane gas might have been what caused the explosion.
sorry about the choppiness of that. I don't understand. I think it's because we're streaming TV in the other room and I've got 3 streams going here. That's probably it. So I don't understand why we have that. We're supposed to have the fastest bit rate and everything that the internet offers around this fucking place, but obviously we don't. It is. That's a big ass area. But to see, that's another thing too. That's this factory farming. And we've got a lot of that around here, not with cattle, but mostly with poultry, chickens and turkeys in this area. There's a lot of them, really a lot of them. Not as many as there was before. There used to be a lot more, but those are pretty shady companies. And a lot of the people that get involved with them, a lot of these farmers that get involved with them, it ends up being kind of like one of those company store type situations that you can't get out of. You know, it's you're actually rent to owning these chicken houses and you have to contract to do it with them for so long, and your it's really the farmers actually get the shittiest end of the deal. That's the don't cross the streams. No, don't ever cross the streams. Don't ever cross streams. There's got to be more about this, because I'm curious, you know, like I was saying here, is what's it say? Next thing, they'll be bringing in tighter regs for people who have cows that aren't big corporations. Of course they will. And it's like we were talking the other night. All right. So I had somebody come in that had been grateful for the laws regarding handicap access to businesses and other establishments, whereas I'm of the belief that the government doesn't have the right to make private enterprises do that. If you don't, it's kind of a dick move, but you also have to take into consideration, like he says, with the small farms having to take these precautions. So you got the small mom and pop store. It's been there and for 2 generations. It's not real handicap accessible. And so the government comes in and says, you have to make this place handicap accessible. And it's going to cost you, you know, $10,000 or $15,000. And they're like, we can't afford to do that. So now what? You see, you have to really weigh it out. So when you have government telling private individuals, private businesses what they can and cannot do in regards to their own business practices, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. If it comes down to something that is truly a public place, then that would be some place that is funded by the public. Okay. A private establishment is exactly that. It's a private establishment. And if one wished to put a sign in their window that said, you know, no women allowed, they're well within their rights of doing that. However, left-leaning big government organizations like the ADL and what's that other one, the Southern Poverty Law Center. They will jump in there and try to nail you with civil rights violations, and through that kind of shit, then they end up, with these laws. So that's a slippery slope. And is that where we really want to live? I agree that there should be accessibility to everyone, but let's carry it to another thing. And I was thinking about this. We went to a dwarf wrestling contest here in Woodstock a couple of months back. It's a thing called Dwarfinators. And I got to thinking about that. I was like, they don't make everything dwarf accessible. Should they go around and make laws that say that now your counters have to be knee high? And, everything has to be geared down to little people? Does somebody have a right to come in and do that? Yeah, midget. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't care what y'all say. Flying midgets are awesome. Okay. We had so much fun, and they're interactive with the audience. It's great, man. They were threw a dude right out into the audience and shit. And they were like, out in the crowd, running around. The dude's chasing the other guy with a fucking chair, going to hit him in the head. It was a blast, man. It was a blast. So, and then had another one of the other channels that's on here that it's like a cross between Dr. Phil, The View, and Jerry Springer. Try to make it look like, oh, look, he exploits dwarves and midgets and shit. And I'm like, I didn't fucking put on the show, man. I just went to it. Now, if they had their way, they'd have something like that shut down and then put these guys out of work, right? What the hell? And it's like, why don't you let people take up for themselves? It's always somebody else taking up for somebody saying, oh, look, you're oppressed. I'm going to start a movement. The guy's like, well, I wasn't really oppressed until you started making noises about it. Now they're really starting to put the fucking finger down on me. Why are you doing that? So crazy, 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 crazy. So I want to know, is it really that combination? What are they saying? It's methane and some other shit that did it. Well, how long is this video? 1:35. Look at it. They're going to circle of despair me all over the fucking place here tonight. Do I have something running that maybe shouldn't be? I don't think so. Wow. Wow. My fucking screen keeps blinking off and coming back on. What the hell happened there? I don't get it. Is this going to let me play it? Probably not. All right, let me pull this up. Hopefully this will work.
This is the remains of the South Fork Dairy
God damn it.
Farm in Dimmitt.
Part of this main part here where the cattle are held is probably a total loss, possibly. The dairy part, there's probably some damage from the smoke and maybe the fire.
Sheriff
This is fucking
Rivera says
ridiculous.
The extent of damage is still under investigation. It all started Monday night when Castro County Sheriff's Office had multiple calls coming in about an
Oh my God.
explosion and fire. Then more calls came in saying some employees were trapped inside a building. When
I'm shutting down,
officers
down a couple
arrived,
of
they found
videos.
only one worker inside.
So there's one worker inside.
Dimmitt Fire personnel entered.
Oh my God, this is
with
going to
their
irritate.
self-breathing apparatuses, and were able to pull that person out. Eventually, that person was flown to Lubbock by AeroCare to UMC.
We have learned that worker is a woman and remains in critical condition at last check.
I wonder if
Upwards
that's
of
not through the StreamYard
18,000
glitch.
cattle also died. Now, for the cause, it's still under investigation.
Was probably what they call a honey badger, and that is what sucked. It's like a vacuum that sucks the manure and water out, and it's possibly that it got overheated, and probably the methane and things like that might have
Wow.
ignited and then spread out with an explosion in the fire.
This is a mainstream media outlet right here. This is from God knows. It's from the Circle of Fucking Despair. KSAT 12. So anyway, it's getting about that time anyway.
News, weather, and so much.
It's getting about that time anyways to cut this stream and go over completely over onto Rumble. And I think that might change a little bit of what's going on here. So if you guys, yes, I am in Virginia, Glenn Clark. I am indeed in Virginia. So it took me 5 hours and 4 reps to fix the problem, which only took 5 seconds when we went to. What are you talking about? So this, so you guys, is that what I'm understanding is YouTube is just glitching out tonight? That's, wonder why that is. Probably because they're a bunch of fucking assholes. Anyway, we can rid ourselves of that. I'm going to put the chat. I'm going to put the link to the Rumble side. Is it even playing over there? I'm not getting anything. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, it looks like we are a little bit behind. A little bit behind. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link again for here is pinned up in the top. I'll put it in the other thing. But for this stream that's going on over under Rumble right now, I'm going to put the thing over here in the chat. It's in the description of the video on the main channel. It's also on Sav's Place. I'm going to put it there. We're going to go. And I'm going to roll here in just a minute. So I'll give everybody a couple minutes to get on over there and to be able to, what is this thing? Digital library contains every phrase that can ever be uttered. All right, well, we'll have to look into that. Let me pull this up over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say a fond adieu and farewell to YouTube. YouTube, you can go suck a bag of dicks. And this is the other YouTube we're getting rid of. Goodbye.